DNI Gabbard orders firing of members of pornographic LGBTQ chat groups in the intelligence community. For those who missed the story yesterday, congratulations. You probably don't want to hear it because it's that sick. But apparently, the NSA, CIA, DIA, they have this government chat room where they go and talk about weird sexual things. I'm not going to go into details, but it's specifically for the LGBTQIA plus community, for trans people to talk about their transing, and for homosexuals to talk about homosexual stuff. This things that I was seeing being reported about it. No, I'm not going to talk about it, but I will talk about this story over at Red State by Strife. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has given all intelligence agencies until Friday to identify the employees participating in pornographic chats while on duty, revoke their security clearance, and terminate their employment. In a memo released Tuesday evening, Gabbard responded decisively to revelations that numerous employees who were members of a national security agency chat system used it to discuss fetishes, kink, and sex as part of the agency's DEI program. And if there's anything that just smacks of the stupidity of the DEI trend that was taking place during the Biden-Harris regime, this is it. I mean, these are the people that are supposed to be, trying to catch terrorists, trying to inform our military and our leaders about things that are happening abroad. Risks, threats to the United States of America, whether they're cyber attacks, physical attacks, spying, whatever. And if you don't recall, during the Biden-Harris regime, we did have a spike in these incidences. I mean, it's not just Chinese balloons flying over the nation and collecting whatever it was they were collecting and dropping whatever it was they were dropping. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There were massive cyber attacks, massive movements of terrorists and military operations happening across the globe. And this is what our intelligence agencies are supposed to be monitoring. Instead, they're talking about their false vaginas or whatever. Well, they're going to get fired. Watch.
To see you again.
Good to see you too. Not so good to see some of these transgender sex chats among the intel officials. What are we going to do about that?
Well, Jesse, what we're going to do has already been done. There are over 100 people from across the intelligence community that contributed to and participated in this, what is really just an egregious violation of trust, what to speak of like basic rules and standards around professionalism. I put out a directive today that they all will be terminated and their security clearances will be revoked. But the thing here, Jesse, is like we got to take a step back because this is just barely scratching the surface. When you see what these people were saying, and thanks to Chris Rufo for putting it all out online, they were brazen in using an NSA platform intended for professional use to conduct this kind of really horrific behavior. And they were brazen in doing this because when was the last time anyone was really held accountable? Certainly not over the last 4 years, certainly not over the last 10, maybe 20 years. When we look at some of the biggest violations of the American people's trust in the intelligence community. So today's action in holding these individuals accountable is just the beginning of what we're seeing across the Trump administration, which is carrying out the mandate the American people gave him. Clean house, root out that rot and corruption and weaponization and politicization, so we can start to rebuild that trust in these institutions that are charged with an important mission of serving the American people, ensuring our safety, security, and freedom.
Good for her and good for us. Good for her and good for us. They need to be gone. Not because of their gender identity or their sexual orientation or anything like that, but because they were using public tools on public time to talk about very private issues, apparently on a regular basis. This seemed to be what a lot of them were actually focused on. It's like, hey, there's spy balloons from China, but hey, let's talk about our whatever. is, I'm glad that she's acting. And it's funny because, you know, for a very short period of time, I'm like, it's been a few days since Tulsi Gabbard has been confirmed. I wonder what she's been up to. We haven't heard much. Then it's like, dude, stop it. I realized we've been spoiled. Okay, not only did we get some great picks so far from the Trump administration, some great cabinet picks, non-cabinet appointees. They've just been fabulous. The bar has been set super high, and most of them, hit the ground running. But here's the thing. In government, hitting the ground running means getting action going in the first, 30, 60, 90, 100 days, right? That's the scale that we've always set. Well, President Trump has come out and said, okay, what what have we done today? What are we doing right now? And then you got Elon Musk saying, hey, guys, tell me what you did last week. It's like, let's just go, go, go. So I quickly realized that Tulsi Gabbard is probably doing a fine job and doing things that are amazing right on day one. But, in this crazy news cycle that we've been in ever since Inauguration Day, it would be easy to miss any of the great things that she has been doing. Well, this one, nobody missed because it did have, obviously, a very controversial topic for her to play with. And here she is, doing her job, doing it fast, doing it right. So praise God for that. Former CIA analyst Jim Rickards has built a reputation over the decades, really, of being able to read the writing on the wall and make determinations, make predictions. Some of them are going to be right around the corner. Others are going to be further down the road. But either way, he's usually right. It's very uncanny how good he is at this stuff, his latest analysis, which you can find for yourself at jdrucker.com/crisis, jdrucker.com/crisis. His latest analysis surrounds President Trump's tariffs. Now, they have been, in my humble opinion, wildly successful so far. They've been able to make certain things happen that I think a lot of people didn't think were possible. And of course, they have a dramatic potential revenue generating effect for the United States of America. But with that said, there are certain risks, certain challenges, and it's not just going to come from China or Canada or Mexico or Colombia or wherever. According to Rickards, he thinks that the biggest threat sits right in the heart of New York City. Crazy stuff. And he thinks that there are things that we need to do as American citizens to prepare because things are already in motion. According to Rickards, this next major event, which will happen, according to his prediction, between now and April 11th, 2025, something that we should pay attention to. So go and check out his latest prediction, jdrucker.com/crisis. See if there's something there for you to gain from and to potentially prepare for, because the world is changing. For us, it seems as if it's changing very much for the better. But there are going to be certain challenges, certain risks. And I think being prepared for those challenges, being prepared for those risks, that's the difference between thriving or just making it by.